They told me for years there was no money in podcasting. Well, they were all wrong.
I like that you said, I like you bought two of them, because I was just thinking while you were talking, it's like, okay, like, has there ever been something where it's like you've had one of something that's one of your favorite things, you see it jump up so far, you get like $1,000 extra for it than you bought it for, but you just can't let it go because it's literally your favorite thing. Like, is it hard to kind of get rid of some of your babies, or is this strictly just business to you?
So there's three piles I have in comics.
Love it. Lay it on me. Let's go. So
there's personal books.
Mm-hmm.
So personal books just are not for sale unless you make me a great offer.
Right.
So I have one of my favorite comics, and it's one of my favorite experiences. I have two stories. I have a Saga 1, and I have a 9.8 Saga 1 signed by Brian K. Vaughan if you want a Staples. I love Saga, and it's one of my favorite books. That book is a $350 book. I'm not selling it because it's a personal book to me. And then I have another book that I'm a huge Batman Beyond fan. I grew up, I'm 28, and I watched Batman Beyond. I love the style.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at this con, and the guy who is writing Batman is Dan Jurgens, and it's a blank cover. He's signing. CGC is supposed to witness him signing it, and then CGC fucks up. I don't know if I can curse. I'm sorry.
Go for it. All good.
I'm sorry. I should have asked before I did that.
All good, man.
They mess up, and then they come 10 minutes before he's closing shop to sign at a con. He signs, and then he starts drawing on the book because he was speaking the night before at the Library of Congress, and it was in D.C., and I said, hey, maybe you could draw a little stinger on it. For those who don't know, a stinger is a little tiny tattoo. That's like a 30-minute banger. And I would just want a little bat when he starts drawing like a head of Batman, and his handler doesn't stop him. And then his handler says, oh, are you going to get Will Friedle? So for those who don't know, and I don't know if you remember Boy Meets World,
Mm-hmm.
Will Friedle is Eric Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Terry McGinnis in the animation thing. And so now his handler's like, wait right here. His handler of Dan Jurgens brings me backstage with CGC witnessing, and my dad's there too. And then he speaks to the other handler. They stop Will Friedle's line. Will Friedle comes back outside. Me and him are speaking for like 3 minutes, Will Friedle, and he signs it for free and then writes, I am Batman. It got sent off to CGC, came back as a 9.8, and that's a personal book too. And so those are personal books,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't sell that because it's like the story.
It's priceless. You have personal sentiment towards something like that. Like, there's certain things I would never sell to, because like my dad's a huge baseball collector. He has a whole cabinet like in our living room, I guess our man cave back home, of just all Yankee stuff, all baseball stuff. And there's some stuff in there I know for a fact he's never gonna get rid of. As he gets older, he's probably gonna part with some things, I'm sure. But so I totally understand the personal sentiment. There's definitely some things.
But then something like this, I like this Pop Funko. I've had it for about 4 years.
Yeah.
And, it's a little painful, but it's up on Instagram. I could always look at the picture of it. And this is where it gets fun, is that obviously I'm letting it go because, well, I want the money. And I want to, put money and move money around. And it's time to just have some cash for a rainy day also. And then there might be a good chance that if this thing falls in 6 months, I might buy it back for $30 and wait for the next time for it to rise up again. And so that's the thing, is that understanding that an asset like this will rise and fall. So I might sell it now high and then buy it back when it's beat up, and then let it rise back up and hold on to it for another 4 years. But I also have it up on my Instagram. I could always look at the Instagram picture. And so it's not that painful. But this book, on the other hand, I should have showed it this way. I don't know how people can see it, but this book, is a really cool book. And at some point I will sell this book. I think because obviously it's a Derek Chew, and I love Derek Chew's work. And this book will be painful to sell, but I'm going to sell it for the right price. Everything can be painful to sell. So if I was to sell that book for $20, that'd be really painful. If I was to sell that book for $200 when I paid $40 for it, it's a no-brainer because that's an amazing rate of return.